So today I need to make more of my DIY baby wipes that I've made and used for the last month with Caleb and loved them. And so I thought I'd just video myself as I did it so you can see that it's not that difficult to do. So we're just gonna get started. The things that you will need your Young Living essential oils. I am choosing today to use lavender and frankincense. They're both very gentle, and that's what I'm choosing to use. I know other people have used lavender, gentle baby, and a few other of those, but these are what I am using today. They're also great for your skin, and the fact that I use these diaper wipes to double as makeup remover wipes for myself. Skin win for both me and Caleb's little bottom. So we'll need those. You'll need some of this Dr. Bronners Baby soap. It is pure Castile soap, and it is organic, unscented. I got mine at Target, and we're using all of like 2 tablespoons. So this whole thing, I mean, it might have been $10. I've used it to make face wash, hand soap, these wipes that I'm making, and I have only used like that much so far. So that's that. Some sort of container. Now, I've seen very pretty glass ones. I didn't have those, and I wasn't necessarily trying to make a like $15, $20 investment on my diaper wipes. So I got this from the dollar store, and it's just a little container with a screw-on lid, and it worked great for me. And then a roll of paper towels. We're gonna cut it in half, so it actually makes 2 sets of the diaper wipes. And I'm trying a different brand this time. The last one I used was fine, but it wasn't quite as thick, and I heard that these Viva ones are really thick and nice, so I'm gonna try those this time. And you'll also need some distilled water and a carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil, or I'm actually using safflower oil because it's what I have right now. So here we go. The recipe says you need 2.5 cups of warm distilled water. So when I did this the last time, I just poured this all in a bowl here. And we need 2 tablespoons of your carrier oil. One, 2. Oh, and I'm gonna need a whisk. Gonna need a whisk. Let's grab that. Whisk. Okay. And we need 2 tablespoons of this Dr. Bronners Baby Castile soap, mild, organic, unscented. So 1, 2. And I actually started researching to make these because I found out that lots of brands of diaper wipes have really not great things in them, and some of them even have a ingredient, chemical, toxin, whatever you want to call it, that is similar to formaldehyde. And I was just like, no, definitely not. Plus, you go through so many diaper wipes. I think I calculated up the last time I made these, that total for 2 whole sets, which was like 200 to 300 diaper wipes, I think it was like $2 and some change, maybe, if that. So also, right, saving us the money. Next, after the soap, is going to be your 10 drops total of whatever Young Living essential oil that you are choosing to use. So I'm going to do 5 of lavender and 5 of the frankincense. Little trick with the oils I found is once they get going, if you just kind of get them on their side, they will continue to drop out. I am almost out of this lavender. I've used it in so many DIYs. It's so versatile. I actually have a 15 milliliter on it on my Essential Rewards order for this month, and I can't wait for it to get here. but I have just about used this out. And 5. One thing I love to do when my little bottles run out is to put the roller filament on top instead, fill it with some carrier oil, and turn it into a little roller bottle, because then you can get all the goodness out of here that you can't necessarily drop out of it. So that will be next on my list to do. And then 5 more of your other oil, whichever you decide to do. Okay. All right, and then this is just gonna get whisked together to make sure it's nice and blended. It smells so good. And I'm gonna set this to the side for a second because the next step is the not so glamorous step. I guess not so glamorous if you don't have power tools, but it is cutting a roll of paper towels in half. And the last time I did this, I didn't use this brand, and they were a little bit more, I guess, less thick. And so I had like snow going everywhere when I was trying to cut these in half, but let's see if I can do this and not just be super crazy. If this is super crazy, I'll end up fast forwarding this in time, but let's give it a shot. So I'm using a serrated knife. Get my arm workout for the day. And there we go. So now I have my 2 halves. I'm just gonna set one to the side for now. And we've got our container. All right, so we are going to put the paper towels in the container. Now, mine is a little bit more narrow at the top than it is on the edges. So what I found last time was to go ahead and take out the cardboard roll that's in the middle. It lets you squeeze it in a little bit tighter and makes it a little bit easier to get out. So I just am working my finger around the outside here to pull this off, and then once you kind of get it started, it will pull out pretty easily. So that will pull out, and then if this starts coming out the middle, that's actually great because that's the next step. The first time I made these, I didn't start pulling them out of the middle first, and then when they were all wet, it took me a second to get them out. But just like you would get a preset roll of those wipes and you pull from the center, that's how these work. So perfect, it did it already for me. But so now that they're like this, again, not super glamorous, but we're gonna get these into your container. Now, if you get a nice, pretty looking glass one, go for it. I'm on the saving money trend, so dollar store it was. So we'll just wedge these down in here. Almost there. Okay, so now they're in, and you've got our little pull out the top, and now it's time to just pour the liquid that we just made all over and around our paper towels. So let's see if I can do this without spilling on camera. We'll give it a shot. I actually might pour it back in this container first. Yeah. There we go. I'll just give it a little bit easier of a pour. So I just all around gonna be pouring. Okay, you can see it kind of absorbing down into the paper towels. Just make sure you're getting it everywhere. All to the edges. And there we go. So again, I went ahead, remember I pulled out my center so I could pull on that later. Okay, and then I put my top on, make sure it's nice and tight, and I roll this around a little bit to make sure all that liquid is getting around, getting down to the bottom. And I don't use them right immediately. I give it a second to, I probably left it, well, during probably one of Caleb's naps, on the counter, you know, left it on its side, rolled it a little bit to make sure that everything was all nice and evenly distributed. But then you have your diaper wipes. We have a nanny and some people that come over to the house to keep Caleb, so I just wrote on there what they were so they would know, like, what is this container, and to pull from the center, and so that was half of one roll of paper towels. I got the Terra sheet ones, not the long sheet, and there were 100 sheets on that roll. And so now I've got diaper wipes, and then you would just do this again, another container for the second half of your roll, make up your mixture again. So I hope that was helpful. If you want to know more, or I will put the little recipe DIY down in this as well. But if you want to know more about why I'm making them, or how you can try out essential oils, feel free to message me. I would love to share with you. I asked 1,000,002 questions before I jumped in, but these oils have been just a life changer already for my family and myself. Just knowing that I'm being able to provide safe and healthy care for Caleb, for myself as I'm pregnant, for my husband, and we both have autoimmune diseases, and just knowing that I'm not adding other toxins and chemicals to our body is just giving me great peace of mind. Plus, I wish you could smell these. They smell so good. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave me any questions that you have, and I hope you have a great day.